Now, this is the first video or recording, or however you want to word it, that I put on this channel or put on the internet. But I just feel such a strong calling that I don't have a choice but to record this and put it out there. America, it's time for you to wake up. Wake up to the truth, the facts, the lies, the bullshit that we've all been fed for so long. Understand, the fentanyl crisis is allowed to happen. The Taliban gets 80% of their funding through opium, and the biggest buyer is China. China buys that opium, processes it, sends it across the sea to Mexico, to Ecuador, to these South American countries, to the cartels, who then take that fentanyl, process it, crush it into pills where they make 50,000 pills a day, send it across the southern border, up into America to kill innocent people. They set it up into Canada to kill innocent people. All in the name of drugs, all in the name of profits. The CIA, the DOJ, FBI, all your three-letter agencies who have way too much power that shouldn't have the power they have, all allow this to happen because they get kickbacks. Because they fund the problem and then they fund the solution. They create the problem and then create the solution. This has been going on for decades and decades and decades at this point. I realize I'm a nobody saying this who nobody knows who I am because I refuse to show my face. I work my ass off, and watch all these illegals and all these inner city folk on welfare just popping out kids. And it's not right. It's not. And, you guys can do your own research. You can, go on the interweb. You can pull all this up that I'm saying and see everything I'm saying. I don't have the technology or the capacity to edit and put this in there and put that in there. I'm simply just stating the truth and the facts as they are. They do research into the CIA and what they've done. I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably have. You've seen this. You've seen what they did to Kennedy in '63, what they did to RFK in '68, what they did to MLK Jr. With the patsies. With Sirhan, MK Ultra mind control plant. Oswald, who was a patsy. James Earl Ray, who did not shoot MLK, was proven in court in '92 when the family went to court to sue the FBI and the CIA, and they had to admit their involvement in it. Goes right back to the Bushes, who, Bush Sr. was in Dealey Plaza in '63, who became CIA director, who became, the obviously president, who was running coke in the '70s and the '80s along with his son. This stuff has been going on for so long. It's got to the point where it hurts me so bad keeping it inside. I just need to put it out there. I need to start saying this. This might become a weekly thing, a monthly thing, and a regular thing. But I'm gonna start writing an actual script out, with an actual narrative of these actual things. This is the first video I'm posting, just to kind of draw attention to these facts. This goes all the way back, centuries. The original Illuminati that was started in 1782, in France, along with the Freemasons here in America, who started the American Revolution, who built the American country into what it was, and to what it was supposed to be, which is a republic. 50, at the time was 13. There were 13 original colonies as nation states. Which is why the Confederacy uprose in 1860. It wasn't about slavery. It had very little to do with slavery. In fact, the North had more slaves than the South did, but we can't talk about that. I can ramble on and about different things. So I know this sounds like a tirade, and it probably is. But like I said, I'm going to start, from the beginning to now, and start writing stuff out, whether I post it weekly or daily, probably be weekly, or bi-weekly, whenever I feel the need to post a video. But to give a brief overview, the revolution happened in 1775. The war itself was started over gun confiscation, regardless of what they tell you, because it wasn't until the British marched on Lexington and Concord in Massachusetts to confiscate the militiamen's arms and cannon and powder and shot that the militiamen then met him on the Lexington Green on, I believe it was April. I'm going off of memory. I believe this is April 4th. It was April 14th or 15th, when the militiamen met him on the Green. The shot heard around the world was fired, and the next year, Thomas Jefferson wrote up the Declaration of Independence, at which point it was signed and ratified along with the Articles of Confederation, not the Constitution, the Articles of Confederation, declaring us a free country, free King George's rule, thus leading to 1775 to 1782, I believe the war was. So 7-8 years of fighting, with the French coming in 1778-9 in Valley Forge, with Lafayette. Help me if I can't remember his first name. But Lafayette came in and whooped, the American citizenry, militias, the farmers, the common folk, into soldiers, and allowed them to have their, to actually have victories in fights and boost the morale. It led to, in 1782, Washington's masterstroke against Cornwallis at Yorktown, where he was able to surround and siege them to the point that they capitulated and became a free country. From then on, America had her independence, and we fought a quasi-war against France in 1794, a naval war. And Thomas Jefferson came, third president in 1803, 1802, 1803, which is, led to the Barbary War the Barbary Pirates led to the war there, which led to the War of 1812, etc., etc. You get up to the Civil War, which is when the first real coup against the government was founded, when this country went from a republic to a democracy, when the original America died. Led to the conquest of the United States. All lands becoming belonging to America, right up through 1913, Woodrow Wilson making this country a corporation, getting us involved in the First World War, rise of Nazism, Adolf Hitler, was all, everything is directly related back to Woodrow Wilson and his presidency and what he did from 1913 to 1918, right up to FDR and his socialist programs in 1930, 31, 32. His 4 terms served, that he allowed Pearl Harbor to attack us. Right up, into the 50s, the 60s, the 70s with Vietnam, the lies told. Gulf of Tonkin now has been proven to be a red flag, but we're all crazy for saying that. Same thing. It gets hard to talk about. At least all in one breath and one statement, because there's so much to cover on each topic individually. And as I said, I will cover those, individually. This is just a brief overview of what this channel will be about. That's why it's called the Free Thinking American channel. Because if you're listening to this message, I want you to use your brain. I want you to wake up. I want you to do your own research, fact check against everything I've said. Prove me wrong, because I've done my own research. And everything I tell you is the truth, is the God honest truth. And I'm not afraid to say that. God bless you all. I pray you are all doing well. And, that God may have mercy on all of you. That God may, absolve you and save you for all your sins. Because we're all sinners. All we can ever try to do is do His work. And that's the long, short, and skinny of it. I'll have another video up probably 3-4 days, between work and things I've got going on in my own life that, not gonna make public on the internet because there's no need to. But as I said, God bless you all, and may you all have